Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me again on my channel. Today we're going to go over my first week in my Erin Condren, and I'm going to go over a little bit the materials that I use to really personalize it, and my thoughts, my future goals with it, and really my overall impression. So pull a chair up, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and join me on my journey. And thanks for stopping by. So, first of all, I am so in love with this planner. So very much in love. Probably more than I have been in any of the other inserts that I was trying out with my Filofax and Midori's, which is really saying something. And it just makes me want to use it every day, which is perfect. So let's get inside. Obviously my week, I really don't have a lot going on in terms of my monthly spread yet, and that's because, like I said in my first video, my future planning is usually next week. So let me get the center here. I mean, obviously I have important date marked off. You know, I'm going to go see the Phantom of the Opera in Portland with my mom on the 21st. Other than that, I'm really not sure what to use this for right now. I'm thinking maybe like keeping track of how much I've read, because I'm trying to commit to myself to read more, or I don't know yet. We'll find out. But I have been all up in my weekly plan. So obviously Kate Spade bow clip, because it's cute. I was using it to pin, rent checks in for my roommates. So my first week, the last couple days here, you can see not a whole lot going on, just kind of me sloppily writing everywhere. I mostly break down my sections into today's, to-dos, and kind of my health. I thought that I would try and import me tracking how much water I drank, what I was eating, try and stay on my healthy eating. And as you can see right here, that just did not happen. And then on Sunday, which tend to be like I work the longest on Sundays, so trying to keep track of what I eat and be healthy, it sort of goes out the window, and I eat usually whatever I can in whatever spare minute I have. So I just instead do next week, my plans and my goals for the next week and what I want to accomplish. And then down here in my list, I decided to start my gratitude list, just 3 things that made me smile that I was thankful for every day, which I think right now is a really good use for that space. So this week is pretty much actually the same. I'm using the weekly goals and notes right now just to keep track of my work schedule, because I don't really keep scheduling stuff up here that much, so it doesn't make sense to me to write it down in every day so much. Let me move this out of the way. So I'm still trying to figure out, like, these are all of the stickers that I'm using right now are either from the Erin Condren planner or stuff that I've printed off myself, because I'm really impatient, and the lovely girls that I've ordered stickers from have a lot of orders, so I'm kind of making do with what I have right now. And so all of these are printed off, and I wrote up, I still have my today's running, and then the rest are kind of just whatever I'm feeling that day. Like you can see there's a couple of times where I just have inspiration sections I usually try and find quotes that will try and encourage me in what I'm going through that day, usually by women who are, quotes that are meant to encourage women, because that makes me happy. And then I'll have like goals section, which I found was a little bit easier for me than to-dos. I mean, even though they're basically the same thing, either way I check them off and cross them out, because that's so satisfying. I still have my hydrate stickers, because enough water is important to me, especially when you're running around all day. And then I have a couple future plans, or a section for future plans that will probably pop up every once in a while. And mostly they're goals for myself and for, what I'm doing right now, just to kind of keep myself on track and looking towards the future and making sure that I have a direction. I have kind of my health. I imported the health again just to see how that would work for me, and obviously it didn't, because I ate a lot of sugar that day, and I didn't want to write down what I was eating, except for the fact that the chicken salad sandwich I had was really gross. So that was really helpful. So I don't think I'm really going to use a system like that again. Down here I'm still using the gratitude journal. Obviously, you know, my little flags that kind of are supposed to remind me of something that was really big that day. And the no spend day really should have ended up being the Avengers Day, because I totally broke the no spend agreement I made with myself so I could go see the Avengers. So all of my gratitude list is basically Avengers related, like, you know, Thor and Tony arguing, Natasha Romanoff. I'm really grateful for Natasha Romanoff. And so, and I also found these stickers on Etsy somewhere, and to me, I like this. I love this one way more than this one because it's so much less space. It's just cute, and I can write around it instead of just kind of under it and next to it. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, so that is basically my setup right now. It's really basic, and I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what I want my day-to-day to be. But right now, even if it's just kind of a mishmash, I really love it, and it's really working for me because I'm keeping myself on track and just kind of making myself happy every day, which is important. So, but what I'm using, as I said, all these stickers are ones I printed off myself, and it's pretty simple. And if you guys want a tutorial about it, I will gladly do that. See, right now I'm using stickers from actually quite a few shops. I started off covering up the morning, day, night with the sticker sheet from Ella Bella Printables, and the colors are gorgeous. The only problem with them is that they're mismeasured, and I printed them off, you know, the document at size, and they're a little bit too short and a little bit too fat. So I end up, you know, the colors kind of show underneath it, which isn't a deal breaker, but it's kind of obnoxious. And I also have to like cut it down to size, otherwise they'd be really big. Not a huge deal breaker, but just kind of a personal annoyance. But the colors are beautiful, so I was putting up with it because of that. These ones are actually ones that I made myself using my advanced knowledge of a ruler and Photoshop. As you can see, they're all Erin Condren colored based. I definitely need to find a better use of space than the blank sections you can see right here in between the stickers. I'm working on that, but they're useful for me right now. And when I kind of nail down which section headers I want, I'll be writing them in here so I can use, like, you know, white, and it might be a little bit easier to see, especially on, you can tell, like the aqua color is a little bit dark to be writing in black on, but it's a gorgeous color, so I'm going to use it anyway. And if this is something you guys would be interested in, let me know, and I will upload it somewhere as a free printable. I'm totally okay with giving away all of my lovely knowledge and the tools that I use. So, and then these little heart checklists are amazing, and I love them so much. They're from Digital Alum, and they're perfectly sized. And these are actually printers. I'm kind of going, as you can see, I'm going back and forth between stuff that I've pre-cut and stuff that I cut as I use. Really, it's kind of a personal, these ones I have to cut as I use because I have to cut them down. And I'm kind of going back and forth between pre-cutting them and cutting them on the go, because really they're both really tedious tasks, and it's just a matter of where you want to spend the obnoxious amount of time doing it. So, and I'll link all of these shops that I'm getting the stickers from in the description, of course. This little mason jar that I love is from Little Munchkin Prints. You can see the Etsy shop on the top of the page. These ones are ones I just started using them. I will probably end up cutting them out as I go because the shapes are kind of unique, and it's going to be up to me whether I'm going to be really on it that day and cut out around the shape, or I'm just going to cut it in a square and stick it in there. And I'm not going to make that advanced decision and spend an hour really finally detailing out each sticker. Not today, at least. The hydrate stickers I was using from Pretty Little Planners, they're still lovely and they get the job done. I'm a fan of mason jars, and I actually, when I'm doing my green smoothies like I would love to do every morning, I usually carry them around in a mason jar. So this one is very specific to me. This little flag here is from, oops, sorry guys, it's from Scribbles Printables. See, I actually have two. I have, and this is where that stripy background came from, too. These ones, again, you can probably see a little bit, I pre-cut and cut a little too hard. But let me tell you, getting the chevron on these with an X-Acto blade was obnoxious, but worth it because then I can just pop it off and stick it on. So definitely worth pre-cutting if you have the time and the patience. But these are both ones, as I said, both ones I got from Scribble Printables. They're beautiful colors, and I love using them. So that's it right now for the stickers. The washi tapes, these little ones are ones that I just picked up from a paper store. These are the two that came in the pack. There were three. The other one was orange and bright yellow, and I gave that one to my roommate because that's her aesthetic, not mine, and I knew myself well enough to know that I wasn't going to use it. For writing headers, I use, just your basic Sharpie pen. I don't use it on the paper directly as much because it bleeds more than other pens, and I'm kind of really particular about that. Everyday writing right now is between two kinds of pens. I pulled this out of a jar somewhere, the Uniball Signio. I don't know if they make them anymore, or I'm sure you can still find them in an office store anywhere. But I'm sure I picked this up at work at one point and brought it home, and now I'm using it in my planner. I also go with the friction pens because how can you not love erasable pens in 10 different colors? I love colors in my planner. I use them a little bit. I'll probably start using them more. They really don't bleed through at all, which is fantastic, and they're erasable, which is probably a good thing for me. And then, of course, the Staedtler pens for more colors. I think I wrote this down in the Staedtler pens because I didn't have the friction at the time. They're just brilliantly pigmented pens. They don't bleed through. They're gorgeous. I love them. And I don't have any real color coding system that I plan to do because I can't ever remember it, and then I get bored with it. But like I said in my first video, I respond very well to color in written form, and I remember it better when it's colorful. So I'll just probably grab whatever color is inspiring me. Like when I did this morning, pink was where I wanted to go, even though there's blue everywhere. So that is it for my planner right now. Updates on what I ordered. I ordered, the Erin Condren headband. I did use it for a little while when I had my roommate's rent checks in here, and I was on my way to the bank because I just, wanted to feel secure in the fact that they weren't going to fall out of the planner. But other than that, I don't really use it that much. As you can tell, I didn't use the pen loop at all. I actually ended up putting it on the calendar in our command center in the apartment, just so there's always a pen next to the calendar so we can check stuff off or write stuff down easy enough and not have to go searching for pens or pencils. Other than that, that is my first week in the Erin Condren planner. And as I said, I am so in love with this planner so very much. I'll film again. The next video will be a plan with me session, so you can see exactly how I go about putting my stuff together. And once I get the stickers from the shops I ordered, I'll go through those too, even though you probably already know them already from, Carolina Crafts and Alex Studios, but still I'll go over them and how I use them and all sorts of stuff. So if you guys have anything you'd like to see, or if you guys would like me to put up my morning, day, night headers for download, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe if you like my chaotic ramblings. And until then, I'll see you later. Bye.